No, no, you're an angel witch. I nailed it. Hello, and welcome to the Dave Hill Good Time Hour with me, Dave Hill, from before. Hello, how are you? And how are you? When the first time I said how are you, that was to the viewers / listeners, and now I say New Jersey Chicken Rancher. Dez, how are you?
Doing great, Dave. How's everybody? I mean, to you and Chris and everybody.
Boy criminal Chris Grisbeck. How goes it?
Good. Goes well.
What's on your shirt tonight?
Oh, this is another shirt from discountcemetery.com. I'm trying to get sponsored by them.
I know you keep dropping their names. Name.
Written, produced, and directed by Edward D. Wood Jr., also known as Ed Wood.
Nice.
Man, oh man. I think if I've learned anything, when in the early days, well, for the longest time, I used to talk about Tate's cookies constantly before they were
everywhere, all the rage.
Everywhere. Like from when they were just like, there would just be one bag of them in like a few delis around New York. I swear, right. They were not everywhere. Now they're literally everywhere. And I was on board with them, and I would mention them all the time in hopes that they would be like, let's hook this guy up with some cookies.
It's a good cookie to go after for sure.
Never happened. I think I even emailed them at one point and said, like, what has to be done?
Doesn't Todd Barry get a ton of stuff just by talking about it? Celebrity Todd Barry?
Celebrity Todd Barry, I think he does get stuff, but he like tweets at companies, and I don't know if he's like gotten anything awesome. Like, not like I got a bunch of Crown Royal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just gets everything.
I don't know if he gets like stuff like off-brand energy drinks, I think. I could be wrong. We'll get some answers.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this with our incredible guest tonight, Clare O'Kane, who is also friends with Celebrity Todd Barry. Maybe we can call Todd and then question him on his whole deal. No, but he does get quite a lot of stuff. I'll give him that. But is it worth it in the end?
No.
Yes, probably. Probably is absolutely worth it. Did you guys have Golden Globes fever, or did you? And are you still coming down from it?
I didn't even know that they were on, but
so
yeah,
that feels like a no.
Yeah.
Okay, but so you do.
Hard, but yeah.
You also have the fever, Des?
Not Golden Globe fever, but
just
a kind of fever.
A mild kind of fever. What kind of fever do you have?
It's not legal, so we better not get into it.
Oh. Or are you on crystal meth?
No. But I probably could get it out here.
Really? Are you in meth land?
We've gone on a couple of rides out here, and sometimes you go one country road too far, and you'll see like people making out on a bridge, and some kids riding a bike, and somebody's swimming in the river down below. So it can go south real quick.
That just sounds nice to me.
Sometimes, on paper it might sound nice, but you see a different vibe when you're moving through.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so naive whenever I see something like that. I'm like, oh, these people are just having a wild night, not thinking like, oh no, they're total meth heads. It never occurs to me.
Yeah, something could be going really wrong very soon here for all these people.
Everyone's on meth, though. Isn't that how it is? Isn't that how it works? Everyone's on meth and heroin now.
Seems that way.
It's the craze. If I read the news correctly. No, I shouldn't I'm not making light of it, but it seems to be quite popular. I didn't see the Golden Globes. I intended to. I was watching programs that were being discussed on the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I saw a few clips. But...
I watched all of you know what show I've been really enjoying?
Tell
And
us.
he won an award last night, Ted Lasso.
Everybody's talking about Ted Lasso, yeah.
It's really good. I resisted it because the more people tell me to watch a show, I start to fight it. I start to say, no, I'm not going to watch that show just because you keep telling me to watch it.
I can get behind that kind of mentality, sure.
But several people that I trust told me to watch it. And they said, I think sensing my profound depression, they were like, it's a real light-hearted, feel-good kind of show. That you should watch it. And I was like, well, no, I want to stay mired in my own. Chris, what are you typing? Are you typing meth?
Quick search.
In my area?
I was going to type, yeah, meth in my area would help.
Queens isn't that so
Could you type louder? Do you have like a mic on your inserted in your keyboard?
Oh no, you know what? I'm sorry, I had the mic on the wrong setting. Is that
idiot?
Can you still hear it?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Not as bad.
Ah, damn it. Sorry.
No searching for you.
I'm enraged. We also have. So anyway, I've been really enjoying that program. I watched all of it.
Nice.
Not to brag.
I've been watching WandaVision.
I haven't seen it yet. That seems like it might be too high tech for me.
I was resisting it, like you were saying with Ted Lasso. I was kind of holding it off.
I gave Dez a reading list or a viewing list before watching it.
Every person that I spoke to about WandaVision has said you got to get through the first 3 episodes, and normally I'm okay with that kind of mentality. We're like, all right, you got to go with where they're going, but when it's universal that the first 3 episodes are like a slog and homework, it's kind of show's got a lot of work. Show's got a lot of work still for me.
You have to get through the first 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah, then it'll make sense.
And then it really kicks in.
Yeah.
Someone is saying,
I'm reserving judgment.
D-Bomb is saying spring is in the air in Ohio. I disagree. I think it's cold and miserable. Maybe not everywhere.
Has it topped 40 degrees by you yet?
Like for a second. I did have a sort of a spring-like thing, which made me start thinking I gotta mosey on back home to New York because I want to be there. I like a nice spring in New York. Even with a pandemic.
Sure.
It seems like a lot of people are getting the vaccine. All my friends are getting the vaccine.
It's all coming down. Are they skipping the lines or are they waiting their turns?
Everyone seems to have some like health condition.
Yeah, or a backdoor connection with an aunt.
Yeah, how does that work? If you're just like super rich, can you just get one?
I don't know.
I thought you would know, Dave.
Because I'm super rich. Well, I'm a man of the people, so I actually, I could get the vaccine in New York based on my health or lack. I technically have a heart condition, and technically,
you're also 70 years old. I mean,
I'm also 70 years old
for something.
70. No, I do have a heart condition. So I do qualify, but I feel like, do I really have a heart condition? Sure, but is it gonna like, am I at risk because of it? No. Will tomorrow I totally backpedal on all this and go try to get the vaccine immediately? Possibly.
Yeah.
Depending on my mood. No, I don't know. Wade Snook says, what did he say? It's very snappy. Is perfect hair considered a health condition, Dave? I think it is.
Makes you a target for jealousy. That can be a health condition.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but I know all these people who've been getting the vaccine who seem like perfectly healthy. Some.
I know, like if I hear anyone's getting a vaccine, I don't want to ask them like, well, how'd you do that? You know?
Oh, I ask everybody. I ask everyone, and anyone under 65 who's gotten them, like, how did you get it? And they're like, oh, I'm obese. And I'm like, no, you're not. They're like, technically I am.
Yeah, I used
Am
to
I
technically be obese, and I could have gotten it then, but
am I the sucker then for just saying, I'm good. I'll wait until they have mine ready. And I'm not trying to actively go out and find the vaccine. Am I being played here?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. I think that's the way to handle it. I sort of look at it. I mean, again, I may wake up tomorrow and tell a very different story. But I think it's sort of like, yeah, when they let me know, I'll go get it.
Yeah,
I'm excited to get it. And when I see people posting on the grams about how they got it, I'm jealous, but also happy for them.
sure.
But no, I sort of think of it as I probably have already said, because I keep using this analogy. People are so driven over themselves to get it that it's like when you're boarding an airplane and there's all the zones, and you're like, I'm in zone 2, let's say.
Hmm.
But all the zone 3 and 4 people are freaking out and clogging up, making this whole log jam.
Right.
I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to intentionally be the last person aboard this plane.
Yeah, that's
So
a
I'm
good
not
way to
messing
be.
with this bullshit. That I kind of feel like that.
You do well in traffic.
Do I?
Yeah, like you're sitting in traffic, or you just sort of apply that same mentality, be like, all right, we're in traffic. I'm not going to freak out right now about it.
Mm.
Or are you like,
Or do I like try to maneuver my way through the traffic and
yeah,
zip?
and just sort
No.
of looking for the angle and just
Oh,
agitated?
no, I hate those people. The people that try to like zip around and like be like, oh, I got in here, I got hit.
Sometimes you
Those
got to
people?
shoot the gap, but yeah.
Ugh, I hate it. No, I drive like an old lady. However, an old lady drives, I have no idea. But no, I drive very slow. I get pulled over. The last 2 times I've been pulled over has just been for just horrible driving that of like someone that shouldn't be driving. Because I drive so rarely.
Didn't he ask you how old you were?
In Asbury Park, I got pulled over and they asked me how old I was. Because this is my first move. I
Mhm.
got pulled over a few weeks ago, also in New Jersey. I was driving and I had my phone because when you leave New York and you're trying to get to 80 and you don't have it memorized as well as I should.
Mhm.
It tells you like some new turn and then it always screws you around.
Mhm.
And so I had my phone kind of up and then I was in the passing lane for a really long time and I got pulled over
Mhm.
by a New Jersey, the New Jersey version of Eric Estrada
Okay.
chips or whatever. Only it was a woman, a young woman. She didn't wear a mask,
Mhm.
I think, defiantly.
Did she know who you were?
I said, well, I had my mask on, but I did say it's Celebrity Dave Hill. She saw my license. She's like, haven't you been on basic cable? But no, the last 2 times I've been pulled over, both times were in New Jersey. And what I say right away is, I never drive and I'm really horrible at it.
Mhm.
And I'm just doing my best.
does that get you out of it?
Well, yeah, it has both times. But the first time, they couldn't really fathom what I had done, which was I just kind of made up my own road in Asbury Park. And they were just like, "What? How old are you?" Like, I don't think they were like looking at me saying like, "You look old." I think they were thinking, "You look incredible."
Right.
I think really the reaction was they looked at my license and were like, "This can't be real
Yeah.
because he looks too great to be that old." And also my driver's license, which now like when you get your license renewed, you can just keep using the same picture.
Hmm.
So my photo is from, no one ever believes it's me because I have this really short, very bad haircut. I can't remember how or why I got it, but it looks like I look like I work at like what's that company Cisco that sells like
Internet stuff.
no, the one that sells like the food utensils. I look like I work there.
A plastic fork guy.
Yeah, I look like a plastic fork guy on my driver's license. Like if you saw my driver's license, you would just be like, that does not seem to have any connection to who you are as a person. Right. And so that causes some trouble with what's that?
Now you're looking at that photo for 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's no good.
Yeah, the locks are not glamorous in any way. Not even for a short haircut.
Cisco spelled Sysco. Is that it?
That's right. Okay. They're essentially a plastic cup concern, I believe.
All your commercial supplies.
Yeah, like where Roseanne worked in the first couple seasons.
She did?
Yeah.
Did she really? Before the loose meat concern?
Yeah, she worked at like a plastics factory.
Okay, yeah.
She did. And then she worked at that restaurant, right?
Yeah.
The loose meat place.
Loose.
With Bonnie Bramlett.
And then she's done right now, Roseanne, right?
Yeah, they killed her off.
She's not. She can't come back. And she's like an almond farmer or something now.
You imagine getting fired from a show that's named and based on you. It'd be like,
doing well.
It'd be like if Dez and I were just like, we're just gonna do the good time hour. But because you did something horrible.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
There's no reason me and Chris have to stop just because you're a loose cannon, man.
Yeah.
I know. This is true.
We got a thing going. Who's going to take calls from Elvira?
This is true.
You want to talk
Speaking of which, the number is 347-474-0260.
The super chat is activated now.
Oh, we have super chat. What is Chris? You explain it.
Oh,
because I have no idea what it is.
If you look at the bottom of the chat, if you're watching on YouTube,
live, not in the podcast form.
Yeah, if you're watching it live and you see a little money symbol there, if you click on that, you can donate some money to the show, and then we can pin your comment and talk about you on the show.
Okay,
this should go well.
Guaranteed, to talk about that.
This is going to go really well.
Yeah, we could say, like $1, and we will 100% read your comment and analyze it.
Okay, let's do it. We could make, I would argue, up to $7 in the next hour.
I mean, you could donate more. It's just,
you could, but why? Why?
We're humble. Yeah. Want to take a call?
Yeah, let's take a call. And I am saying that with great reluctance, but yeah.
Elvira, are you there?
Hey, how are you fine folks holding up?
Hey, man.
Uh-oh. Elvira, we just got a $2.99. Now, how do we handle this? We got a super chat. Elvira, we defer to the super chat now.
Is it Dave's birthday?
Were they referring? Wait.
Whoa.
Wait.
Matt Arnold wants to know, does this work?
Well, no, you're not. Hang up. Now, he can't read the super chat. Hang up on him for this. He's already violated it. Must be Dave's birthday. Jessica Kybell says for $2.99, which I appreciate the number. Elvira, is Elvira gone?
No, he's here. I boxed him for a second.
Well, you just can't read the super chat. This is the problem.
Overstepping the bounds, man.
It isn't my birthday. Why? I don't get it.
Maybe because she donated money. It's like it's Dave's birthday.
Oh, it is. I'm dying. I am dying. I have that heart condition that's going to enable me to get the vaccine immediately. I do actually have a heart condition. It's called pulmonic stenosis, and it's why.
It scared me for a second. I thought maybe it was your birthday, and
no, my birthday is June 3rd.
Yeah.
Gemini, which
Coming up.
explains a lot. It's coming fast and hard. Matt Arnold for $5 said, "Does this work?" And I'm gonna have to answer yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the super chat. Oh, Jessica Kybell says happy unbirthday then for another $2.99. I think this might be the new show where we just
yeah. I love the increments of, it should be like $2.99.
Billy D says, how does one super chat? You just click on the $sign at the bottom of the chat there, and you can spend apparently. Oh my gosh, Jeannie Murray says $20.21. If Elvira reads my note, I'm putting a stop payment on this donation. Hashtag God bless. Oh my God, this is terrifying.
He's shut off. He might be there, but he's not saying nothing now.
It's true. John Hodgman and I do share a birthday.
Oh,
I share a birthday with some other people too. Jason Jones from The Daily Show, also June 3rd. I was at a wedding, actually seated at a table with Jason Jones, and it was both of our birthdays. So
do you guys talk about that?
No, but at one point they surprised us by calling us up and saying it's both your guys' birthdays. Hey. So it's very nice. D-Bomb, gosh, this super chat thing is just spinning out of control.
Wow.
Chris is going to have so much cocaine. That's the one thing we forgot to say is Chris is spending all the money on cocaine. This is not true.
No.
Good cocaine, though. Not cheap stuff. Not stepped on.
Stepped on?
I don't know anything about the Kerry King of Megadeth. Kerry King was only briefly in Megadeth, right?
Wait, you can't read the comments if they're not paying.
Okay.
Well, you can, but you have to give priority to the paying customers. That's all.
Jeannie is a guy. This super chat thing is spinning out of control.
So we can get a good subject going, and if people really want to contribute, this is great. This is a great introduction to it all. Everybody's making sure it works.
It's really working great. Now we got to think of a topic. Oh, this is killing me. I haven't thought this far into it. Super chat. Star Wars. I just did that to placate Chris Gers back here. Our guest is going to be coming on momentarily, I think.
Exciting.
We have an MVP guest, Clare O'Kane, who I don't know if she's been on this iteration of the show yet.
I don't think she has. She's been on a few times
Where does the time go? She was on
an FMU a few times, yeah.
Yeah, an MVP guest by all accounts.
No question.
Michael Brun says he refuses to recognize bald Kerry King. Then that's refusing to recognize most of Kerry King's existence. Seems to Super Chat has lost its fire. What happened? We were like really on our way to. Oh, Matt Arnold's back with $2.
An initial flurry. That's all.
I love this super chat. More pedal talk. I did not get any new pedals in the last week, I have to say. Thought I would. Didn't. Wait, I can't hear you guys now.
Sorry, I had to take care of something.
Is Elvira still on the on the phone, just being quiet? Oh, okay.
No, I just thought we had moved on, so I just let him go, actually. Politely, but...
Jessica Kybell says, I love Wade. He's one of my favorite... Maybe he's one of my favorite fans.
Wade's great.
He's all right.
He's great.
Oh, boy. Where do we have Claire yet? We don't know. Is it just two of us?
She's backstage. I'm grabbing her.
She's backstage. We have a slick new setup.
Yeah.
Where people can be backstage. I don't understand it myself, but Chris tells me it exists. Let's bring her on. Why waste any more time?
Kim Farrier's checking in too with another humble little.
Kim Farrier, 99 cents. Thank you, Kim.
Oh, speaking of her, I got a quick chicken update while we bring Claire up.
Let's get a chicken update, and then we'll bring Claire on.
So we've got 7 chickens that lay eggs now out of our 8. I'm still waiting on one more. If you go to Girls of LaGrange, we got video of the 7th chicken actually laying her first egg. You can check that out. But what's interesting, this is like a regular sized egg. This one's actually a green one. You can't really tell with the crappy computer light. But this is the other. This is
Seems
the
like a
egg that
large
we
egg.
got. You really see the size difference.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where does the egg comes out of a chicken
Shoot.
hole that is not the butt? What is it called?
I don't know specifically what it's called, but it is the butt.
It is the butt.
It's the same shoot. Yeah.
It comes out of the butt?
It's like, if I understand it right, it's basically like it's like when you're taking an off ramp on the highway. You can go one or two ways.
I'm listening.
Or sometimes your ramps merge two different roads into one. So the poop and the chicken and the egg come out of the same spot. That's why you got to keep them clean.
You got to rinse the eggs because they're covered in chicken.
Well, you don't know. You don't have to rinse them. They sometimes come out a little dirty, but only really from when they're in the coop. Maybe these ones are pretty clean, but you actually don't rinse them. You don't clean them because that'll immediately they're laid with like a sort of a little membrane, not a membrane, a coating that keeps them fresh. I think we've talked about this before. The eggs that you get at the supermarket, those are probably like 3 or 4 months old already.
Oh, really?
But with fresh eggs, you can leave them just sitting on the counter for a couple weeks and they don't go bad.
Without refrigeration?
Correct. Yeah. But if you clean them, if you rinse them off, then you have to put them in the refrigerator because they have this protective sort of coating that they're born with that keeps,
which I believe is called shit.
No, it's not shit. It's not.
Okay, it's not.
But I mean, I can see why you think that.
It's understandable why I might think that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's my mom doesn't like the chickens. She loves the eggs. She likes, the theory of chickens and keeping them. But when she comes over, she wants nothing to do with like getting close to them at all. It's a farm animal, it's
I love chickens. It's Joe Loco. $6.66 funding for egg rinse. I have learned so much in the last 2.5 minutes.
It's good stuff.
I never knew they came out of the chicken butt.
I didn't know that either.
It's pretty clean. It's, for all intents and purposes, it's a different operation than what you might be familiar with. So it stays pretty clean.
Miriam, this is important. Miriam Banash says, I'm here because Big Mike Geyer, said I should follow Dave because of toast. This is true. So what is the best bread to toast, Dave? I believe the best bread to toast is, I think it's wheat, really, because it's sort of like a blank canvas for good times, and it doesn't have although I guess you could toast like a nice naturally what's it called that's not all shitty white bread, like a good white bread.
Rye, not white bread.
That's not what rye. That's not.
You mean like? Yeah, I'm passing the white altogether.
I like toasting rye bread, but then that's not. Then you can't go like you can't zig and zag wherever you want once you get the rye involved. Like you can't put peanut butter on it. You can't put jelly on it. You got to stay savory.
Let's see. You're talking like a country white then, like a thick.
I think I might be.
Yeah, rustic sort of loaf.
Yeah, but a lot of people have been sharing their toast with me on Instagram, and I've been learning a lot. Someone even sent me like a link to toast art.
Whoa.
And I would argue all toast is art.
True.
And as I say this, I still can't stop thinking about the fact that eggs come out of the chicken butt.
Yeah.
Wait, now, okay, we got the chicken. I'm sorry. I literally just spent the last 5 minutes talking about chicken butts. Well, let's get Claire on the program. I apologize to Claire for being derailed by talk of chicken buttholes, as I so often am. Is she around?
There she is.
There you go.
Does she walk among us?
The butt is.
Hey, Claire.
Hi. Just quick. Do they pee out of their butt?
This is a good question.
That's a good question. I think it's all their discharge is mixed into the same. I don't think
Ew.
chickens really pee. I'll have to look into it more.
Huh.
But it's the chicken shit is the problem. Chicken piss is not.
But
You can say
everything.
that again.
But they don't. Everything. So everything just comes out of one
You get one shot.
One hole.
I think it's called the vent. I think Elvira
The vent.
reminded me. It's called the vent.
The vent. Oh, that's cool.
That sounds like a morning radio zoo.
The vent.
102.2 The Vent.
I read an interview with the late Larry Flint recently. Well, no, I didn't read it recently. He died recently. That's what I meant. But in this interview, he claimed, and I disagree with this, even though he said any guy that grew up on a farm and claims he did not have sex with animals is lying.
I thought Gary Busey said that.
I attribute that quote to Larry Flint from the interview that I read.
I'm sure a couple of guys said that.
Yeah.
And he claims that he had sex with a chicken.
Wow.
The late Larry Flint.
See, that what I heard was that Gary Busey had sex with like a sheep or something.
That's totally, I don't know. Anyway, but
Allegedly.
oh boy, I shouldn't have brought this up because I don't think we should pursue the idea of Larry Flint having sex with a chicken. Claire, how are you?
Pretty good. Hold on, I'm hiding my self view. Do you guys keep your self view on Zoom to see what you look like?
I vary because it depends. Sometimes I love this side of myself. I can't get enough of it. No, I'm usually horrified by it. So sometimes I have to turn it off just to not throw up all over my computer.
Who's that?
That's Dez. You know Dez, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why it sounded like the
From
voice
way
was
back.
coming from
Somewhere else.
another frequency. I'm good. I'm just checking out my teeth. Okay, now I'm gonna hide my self view. There's a lot. I'm doing a lot. That's all I gotta say.
Like presently or in the big picture?
Well, in the big picture, I've recently started whitening my teeth, which I've never done before.
Oh, you gotta do that for show business. You have to.
It's either that or get adult braces. Oh my god.
Excuse me. Whew.
Quarantine.
Exactly.
Adult braces.
No, I just did some whitening myself.
Really?
I don't know if anyone noticed. I never really finished the packet. I just kind of dabble with it a little bit because it always says, the one that I bought said here's a bunch of the regular ones, and then there's two in the packet that say these will both erase 5 years of damage. So I was just like, well, I'll just do those two and be done with it. You know?
Yeah. I've never done it before, so I can't really tell. I feel like there's something going on. There's something happening. But I'm doing the very you put a gel in a mouthpiece, a mouth guard, and then you have this light, this UV ray.
Oh wow.
It's supposed to activate it better. Are you familiar with this?
I know what you're talking about. But
did you have to get a prescription or something, or special doctor's orders for this, or you just got it off the shelf?
Just cold hard internet cash.
Nice.
Oh, the internet.
Yeah.
I thought it, because I was going to say, if you got it at CVS, this strikes me as an object where someone has to get the keys and they're not just letting you grab that all willy-nilly.
No way. I live in a neighborhood where every item is behind a plastic whatever.
They don't
prison.
trust anybody.
They don't trust
with
anybody.
anything.
No.
Excuse me. I'm gonna.
Oh my
Have yourself a
god.
beverage. You need a refill on your water.
I don't know what's going on with me.
You huff and dust.
Well, today was not. You know, a lot of people think of me as super healthy, fit guy, right?
Mm.
Today I had Lucky Charms for breakfast. A room temperature fillet of fish and French fries from McDonald's for lunch. Like, you know, when it's been out for like a long time.
Why was it out for so long?
Because it just was brought to my attention. I found out about it later than I should have. And I was and you can't microwave that stuff because it starts to transition into another thing altogether. And then I ate for dinner I had pasta and a caprese salad. So
Yeah.
and a Klonopin in there somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. So feeling
rock and roll.
Great. Yeah. I just started taking Klonopin just temporarily.
Is Klonopin for pain or for pain?
It's
I'm
for the
pointing to my
latter.
head. Okay.
It's for the latter, but the problem is when you have them around, then anything can be pain. I just had a particularly annoying phone call. And I was just like, I haven't taken any of this today. I'll take some of this. All it took.
What's up with you guys? How are y'all?
Just we're doing all right. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. But everyone seems pretty good. I'll let the other fellows answer.
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Great.
You know.
Dealing with the chicken shit.
Okay, so you're fully on a farm, Des.
No, we just have chickens in the yard. And
Okay.
I'm showing off some small egg before. So we got a little flock, little backyard chicken. Dave likes to exaggerate the farm aspect, but you
got a coop.
Yeah, the nice
Cool.
one.
I think when someone has chickens and lives on a farm, we need to address that as often as possible.
I got a quick phone call. You want to get on?
Let's take a call.
Yeah.
Well, Elvira Canaveral did the super chat. $2.23. My gender is Gonzo because Gonzo is quote unquote whatever.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let that float on down the river. I don't know what it means, but I accept it.
I guess the Muppet Gonzo doesn't have a gender, or he does.
Is that true?
I don't know. I never heard that.
He said whatever is, something like that.
Let's take the call.
Jimmy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jim Biederman.
Jim Biederman.
Oh, hey, Jim.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to. I've been called in to fact check you in regards to Gary Busey and having sex with farm animals.
Oh, please. What do you...
Gary Busey, as you know, I don't know why I say it like that. I did a show with Gary Busey, which aged me about 20 years. And one of the things he told me once was that growing up in Oklahoma, which is where he grew up, on a farm, him and his cousin used to fuck cows in the ass. And that he got caught once. He got caught once by his cousin's mother, who she gave him both a whooping. But he showed me how you do it. Like you have to get up on a stool to get up to the correct height.
It's an angle, yeah.
Did he demonstrate this with a cow in the room?
He totally demonstrated how it worked. And he said that anyone who grew up on a farm, and this is, I guess, the fact check. He told me anyone who grew up on a farm and claimed to not have sex with animals was a fucking liar, Biederman. They're fucking liars.
Well, this is exactly what Larry Flint said.
Maybe that's just a common thing.
So now I'm wondering, it's a chicken and egg, no pun intended.
Hmm.
Who said it first?
They could both have that same.
Gary steal it? Could they both have? Yeah, of course they could have.
Parallel thought.
Not an original thought.
Sure.
Well, as I recall, as long as since we're at this point in the discussion, as I recall, I could Google this, I guess, but I remember that Larry Flint said he had sex with a chicken.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, Claire, get on that. And the interviewer said how, and Larry Flint said, "You fuck him in the egg bag." Is this what you're getting?
Yeah.
Wait, does it really say that?
It says something about egg sack, but he put his dingle in the chicken when he was 9.
That's kind of
what I love about it is you can't just say I put the penis in the chicken's vagina. It's always like I put my dingle in the egg sack.
Yeah.
Well, haven't we established that they don't have it's just the vent, I guess? And can I say, Claire, your teeth look so white right now.
Well, I'm showing them all off Busey style because I just can't believe what I'm reading right now. This interview.
Oh.
He lost his own virginity at the age of 9 to a chicken. He describes penetrating its egg sac and how when I let the chicken go, it started towards the main house, staggering, squawking, and bleeding. So he killed it.
That explains
right,
a couple
which
things.
is what you do after when you lose your virginity to a chicken. You have to kill it. It's part of the process.
Yeah, it's kind of a ritual. That's gnarly.
Right.
This is deeply I don't remember that. I mean, it was just it was a very disturbing story already. But the fact that it ended in murder. Oh boy!
As far as I know, Gary Busey did not kill the cow that he fucked in the ass. That much I know.
How did Jim Peterman? How did this subject? You were working on the I'm with Busey show. And how did that come up?
I think Biederman could have a whole one-man show where he just tells a story about working on that show.
Well,
it was the best and the worst time I've ever had in my entire life. But he would just come up with these things. Like I think we were shooting outside up in the in Topanga Canyon out in California, and we were on a ranch, and he told me, look, he would always crazy stories. So he was like, Biederman, did I ever tell you the time I fucked a cow in the ass? No. By the way, Gary, I'm surprised it hasn't come up before. No, you haven't.
Wow.
And part of it was that he was so, he was in that motorcycle accident, and as you like to say, a quarter of my brain is still somewhere on a highway in Dallas. Like, really? They didn't pick it up? Like, what, did they just leave it there? And he had to memorize everything. What's the thing? A mnemonic? Is that what it is? Where you every good boy deserves favor.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he would memorize his lines that way. He would be, he had trouble. His brain didn't work like ours, like normal people's brains. So he would blurt these things out, like, did I ever tell you the time I had, sex with a cow? Or he would tell me the time, he would say, did I ever tell you the time I spiked Keith Carradine's coffee with acid? No, no. And then, of course, they were such great come-on lines, like, such great pickup lines. I couldn't resist. I'd be like, I must know. What was that like? And so he got up. I'll never forget it. He was there was a wooden, like a fence, like a ranch fence, and he stood up he told me he had to get up to a certain height because the cow's ass, was higher up than.
Sure.
And then he literally pantomimed the whole thing. And I said, what did it feel like? And he said, moist.
Oh, that's so.
It seems
revolting.
like a real Pyrrhic victory.
In what way? You mean
For
the
who?
actual melting of the cow, or
Just
or whether or not those things?
for all the details involved in the it seems like it's just a minor detail that he gets off at some point, but the fact that like you've got cow shit all over you, presumably. There's just a lot of things that it strike me as not worth it.
That's the part of that I never even got to that. Like, maybe my brain just kind of shuts down, but I never really got that far in my head. But I also think, by the way, the story doesn't end with him becoming, with him satisfying himself. His cousin's mother came running out of their house. I
believe you're talking about his aunt.
And stopped him in the middle of it.
Stop. And so that's just one more thing on the list.
He still has the cow shit on his dick, but the fact is he didn't satisfy himself.
Because I'm just saying, like, presumably it's not taking place like where it's not easy to clean up. You're out in a barn or something.
Yeah. I like where you're going with this. Like, it's not a sanitary. It's not.
What are some of the logistical
I mean, if you're
issues?
gonna have sex, if you're gonna fuck a cow in the ass, I would hope you're doing it in a sanitary area.
Yeah, to where you can clean it up.
Weigh the pros and cons first, though, and then proceed.
Wow.
There's a lot to think about when you're about to fuck a cow in the ass. And I asked him who started it. Like, was it who discovered it, basically? And he said, "Oh no, it was my cousin. He was a horny fucker." And that was like he was about 13 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go.
Love it.
I didn't realize. I just learned this the other day that Gary Busey had some accident, and that's why he is the way he is. I didn't know. I thought he was just a weirdo.
Yeah, he was riding a motorcycle without a helmet on the highway outside of Dallas. I think it's called the Grapevine, and he spun out and, like, literally, I mean, cracked his head open, brain splattered all over the highway. But he had to relearn a lot of stuff, like how to talk, how to walk, and but he tells it that he had he died on the operating table, and that he had a whole thing where he went up to heaven and there was this white light and he felt warmth and he just wanted to die and go there, be with Jesus, because Jesus is calling me. And then he kept hearing his name being called, and then Jesus comes to him and says, "Not yet, Gary. Your work isn't done," which I'm assuming means that Jesus knew we were going to do I'm with Busey, I'm coming. And so he sent him back. And so he tells you this whole thing, and it's very elaborate. And then he had his religious conversion at that point. But then, he would go and do these big tent revival things where he'd go and basically witness to, his experience with near-death experience, and that Jesus came to him and sent him back to here to preach to everyone else. And we were supposed to shoot one weekend. He said, and he knew this for like 2 months, and he just announced like the Thursday before the weekend, I'm going to Dallas. I was like, you knew we were shooting. We've booked this whole thing. And he said, yeah, but I gotta do some preaching. I was like, but Gary, the thing is, we've had this on the calendar for 2 fucking months, and we can't rearrange this right now. It's Thursday. We're shooting on Saturday. He's like, right. Well, Biederman, I got to go to Dallas. I mean, I got to go preach. And we go back and forth. We turn to this big argument. And he finally just breaks down and tells me, Biederman, they pay me $10,000 in cash. And that was when I knew, like, oh, yeah, he's reborn. He's totally reborn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, he had a big accident on the highway. It was famous. I think I think it kind of like there was a question as to whether he'd ever like talk again. But he's obviously, we know that but he's, yeah, I mean, there's something seriously wrong with him. So.
He was a handful before that, even though still as it is.
He was, I know someone who dated him in the early 80s. And she said he was like just a wild man. He used to do this thing. He had a Jeep, a Jeep with no roof, and he would drive on the beach with his. He jammed like a shoe into the gas pedal, so it was just like pedal to the metal, and then he would drive the Jeep doing donuts, but he would drive the steering wheel with his feet. And she said it was like you just were waiting for him to die. I mean, it was like he was always doing things like that. And that was way before the accident. He was just a nut job. I mean, he was
why we love him.
He was 13 years old.
We have quickly that we have to read these super chats, otherwise, But Billy,
I gotta go.
We're not trying to get rid of you, Jim. We have more Busey questions.
No, I hear you. No, I understand. No, I do actually have to.
All right, can you call back with more Busey talk soon?
Yeah, not tonight. I got to do some editing.
Oh, fuck off.
I'll call another time with some. Whenever you want to talk, Gary, call me.
All right. Thank you, Jim Biederman.
Bye, Jim.
Hey, bye, guys.
Thanks.
Wow, that was some very strong Gary Busey content. I didn't think we would top the fact that I learned that eggs come out of a chicken butt, but here we are.
It happens.
Billy D says, please rank in order of favorites: filet of fish, Kego ketchup, barrel full of monkeys, or Clare O'Kane. Well, I think we know Clare O'Kane is first. You misspelled Claire. There's no I.
Oh, that's okay. Common mistake.
Also my middle name, as discussed.
Claire?
Yeah, we've discussed this.
No.
It's your grandfather's name, right?
But it is it's my actual middle name.
Like the guy from Lolita.
Yes, I mean probably.
I just know that's the only example of a male Claire I've ever seen.
Even on a lot of documents it says Clarence, because I didn't like when I was younger that it was Claire because I thought it was a girl's name, but
I understand.
As a grown man, I'm growing comfortable with it, and I feel like our friendship has made me feel even better about it, Claire.
Good.
I
don't want to ruin that.
No, you could. I mean, but let's finish this. Clare O'Kane is first.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Fillet of. Let's go barrel of monkeys. Is that I don't know. Is that the toy where
there's pull out?
You string them
They're
together.
all hooked together.
Yeah, I like
that's pretty
fun.
Cool.
What's Kego ketchup? I don't know what that is. Is that a thing?
A bunch of ketchup.
A keg.
Just a big old thing of ketchup. Think of like a cow's ass full of ketchup.
All right, then that's firmly in the number 3 slot. Then
Fillet of fish.
Fillet of fish comes in last, I guess.
I never had a fillet of fish. I never got the opportunity.
Oh, Claire, when we get to the other side of this, we gotta go get a fillet of fish.
I'm interested.
I don't think I've ever had a fillet of fish, but I don't want one.
They're good. They'll get the job done, as long as it's fresh and hot. Yeah.
Something about fish in a fast food capacity.
You never had like a fish stick?
I have, but on my own, I put it on the sheet tray and I put it in the oven.
Yeah, right. It's the same thing.
Different.
fish in the hands of another man is really.
That's a fair point.
For some reason, chicken, I have no problem. Beef, sure, you gotta
Higher
manhandle
standards.
it. Something about fish, it's delicate.
This is true.
You want to talk to Jimmy from Carney?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Jimmy, you there?
Yeah, hey Dez.
Hey,
How
man.
you doing?
Good. Say hey. to
Hey
everyone
Dave.
else.
Hey, Jimmy.
Dimit.
Hey Claire.
What's
hey
up?
Chris.
Hey, Jimmy.
How you guys doing?
Really great. You sound great, by the way.
Nice and relaxed.
I'm a little better than a couple of weeks ago. I apologize for that.
They sound great. Yeah.
No, you sound great.
I really don't think that it would kick in that quickly.
What would kick in?
But it's good to hear and see Claire again.
Oh, yeah.
Great to be
The last
back.
time I saw her was when she opened for you. It was like October of, I forget what year actually.
Was it in
And
New
she
Jersey?
opened for you when
Union Hall? Was it
when
that one?
you did the taping of your
Oh, the album recording.
most recent comedy album. Yeah, great job.
Excuse me.
Thank
both of
you.
It was a hot time.
Yeah.
Hot
Yeah.
times. Hot times in the before times.
Yeah, when you could shake someone's hand.
When you
Well-
could spit in your hand and then shake their hand.
I can't wait to get back to that
Oh
Po-
my god.
post-pandy.
I can't wait.
I had sort of a semi-farm experience. I used to walk horses at the Meadowlands, and my part of my junior year in high school year, and junior and senior high school year, I'd have to get up real early and drive about 7 miles up there. And any horse coming off of his workout, whether it was 6 furlongs, 3 furlongs, a gallop at a mile or whatever, they'd have to be walked around inside the barn before being placed back in the stall. So you basically are cooling them down by walking them around and then letting them have a drink of water like every 7th or 8th turn around the barn. And then, so it was interesting. I got thrown by a 4-year-old filly named Twice a Queen. I forget what her barn name was, but they all had barn names that most people use. Like Potomac Pass was like a 5-year-old gelding, but the trainer called him George and the other grooms called him George. So he'd say, George is coming back from a 6 furlong or 5 furlong workout. I want you to take him around for, whatever, a half hour.
Uh-huh.
So, but Twice a Queen, I made the mistake of not giving her head. There's a leather shank that goes up through onto the bridle.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to hold that shank while you're leading them around the barn
Uh-huh.
or taking them off the track after their workout. So Twice a Queen, she was like getting fractious with me. I don't know why, because I had walked her before, but she was the most fractious horse in his barn. So she was the most nervous and kind of jumpy animal he had, this trainer. So she kept on like pulling away from me, and I got pissed off, and I put all my weight, which was only 135 pounds, but I was pretty much solid muscle. I had been working out a lot.
No one's
So
questioning that,
she
Jimmy.
just lifts her neck up and throws me. I let go of the shank because I don't know what, I see her 2 hooves go past my eyes, and I come right down flat on my back from about 5 feet. So I saw all these little like swirls like in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up and I had to go right to the side of the barn because she literally was running around the inside of the barn with very tight turns, and I could feel her body go up against me. And if she had really leaned into it, she probably would have broke my ribs. And I hear the trainer, his name was Tony Leone. The trainer yells out, "Loose horse!" So like some guy who was about 6 inches shorter than me, and I'm not tall, from Oklahoma, he just stood right in front of the animal and grabbed the shank, and she just stopped on a dime. You know, you just got to have the guts to do that. But I was afraid of getting totally trampled. But
Odd.
Can I back you up
an
there?
Interesting experience.
This ties in Jessica Kybell, who did a super chat for $4.99. Says, "Can we tell a plain old dick joke sometime?" And this isn't quite a dick joke, but dick joke adjacent. A gelding, to clarify, that is a horse with just a dick and no balls, right?
Yeah, they cut their
Just
nuts off.
Now, is there an example of a horse with just the balls?
I'm not aware of it.
In your dreams.
That would have to be a real pathology going on.
Interesting.
Although I guess it's possible. I think it would have to be some disease, and they'd say, "Well, we'll have to do this, but then we'll have to keep close eye on it so it doesn't get infected." But they have to balance. Well, the horse is a good enough animal to run and make some purse money, so we'll do this. But I never came across it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy, I don't mean to I change the subject so quick, but you know, anyone that's ever heard you call on the show is well aware you have the voice of an angel. It just seems to have you on the line and not ask you to sing at least just a few bars of something. As long as we got you, it seems like a real shame. Is there any? And we'll get back to talking about other stuff, but before we do that, would you be willing to just give us a few bars of something?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just put the phone out a little bit.
Yeah, let it breathe.
Someday, when I'm awfully low and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of.
God damn it.
Thinking of what?
Really?
I did it again.
What happened?
Nice.
Where is he? Oh.
I just wanted to get a little echo on his voice, but I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
We got to get these phones fixed. Jimmy, if you're out there, please feel free to call back. Really sorry.
You could retell that story about the horse from the beginning. That would be great too.
I had follow-up questions.
I did too.
But,
I see Jimmy loving working at the track.
He seems made for it.
Yeah, that's his place. I mean, not really, not to encourage him to gamble or anything. I know he's trying to continue that, but you know,
seems made for the track.
It's too bad.
Never been to a track.
Oh, it's great fun.
I hear they got cheap hot dogs.
Good hot dogs, a couple cold beers.
Oh yeah. $2 bets.
Yeah. If you walk in with a mentality of I'm just gonna hang out and spend $20 and have a couple beers and try to pick a couple winners, you can't lose.
Do they serve beer at OTB, or is that not?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They don't still have OTB, do they?
I don't know.
They have it's not OTB, but it's like an off track. It is an OTB, but yeah, they got a full bar there.
Where is it?
There's one here in I guess that's like Woodbridge Avenue, out over here.
I remember when they used to have them in New York City.
I think it's called Finishers is the name of the place.
My grandfather was big into OTB. At his funeral, a bunch of OTB people came.
The
like
fellas.
friends of his who he hung out with there.
Now, what is OTB? I'm unfamiliar.
Off track betting.
Mm,
It
You
was
used to
these.
see them like all
Simulcast.
over.
mm.
They would be all over New York. It would just be this sad storefront,
It's like a check
and
cashing
inside
company.
would just be a
Yeah.
bunch of men watching TV screens, and you could go. It would just everyone was smoking.
Smoking their cigarette butts on the floor. It's great.
It was a real scene. I remember it when I was just like when I was just in short pants. I used to go in there.
Favorites is the name.
I
of
would
it.
dance around. I would do my sexy kitty dance for whatever.
They flip nickels at you.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
then I would run on down to the next one. Now, where are you now, Clara? Are you in Brooklyn? Are
I'm
you
still
New
in
York City?
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume so. But
Yeah.
clarify and you have been in New York for the whole time, for the whole pandy?
Well, I traveled a little bit, you know, and it was ill-advised, but I did it, and I'm still here to tell the tale. But it wasn't worth it.
Where did you go?
Well,
Okay.
the biggest trip I took was to LA. We flew to LA
Whoa.
for a week. And I think it was maybe like last July. And I was just really missing my friends. All my best friends lived there, and so we wore goggles and whatnot on the plane, and
You had a goggle hang.
the goggle hung out in the backyard with everybody. It was nice, but it was
Nice.
still just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We
Yeah.
should've done it.
But you
Bad night.
survived.
I survived. And it was really interesting to see what airports were like in the midst of it all.
What were they like?
There were ghosttown.usa.com. It was freaky. It was
Oh, wow.
real freaky.
Flying at midnight
Yeah. Quiet
all the time though.
quiet as hell. Real spooky. Fast lines. Nice.
Zip on through.
Zip on through to the other side. Everyone working at JFK though, a lot of people were not wearing masks.
Really?
The people
Like
at
the TSA?
yeah,
Or-
the TSA people were not wearing masks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because this was like, wait, really? But
Oh, in
why were they
July,
not?
they probably weren't mandated yet.
I guess they weren't, but I feel like remember in like I don't know when you split town, Dave, but I feel like like April, May, things were really like visibly awful, or
Yeah.
like it was palpable, and you could hear all these sirens.
You
And so
mean
you're
in
like-
New York?
in New York City? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I split in March when they put a mobile morgue on my corner. And I
Oh my
thought,
God.
let's go for a drive.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, but to me,
But-
like after living through all that and then like still not wearing a mask, I don't know. It seems kind of wild.
Mm.
I don't know. Well, hopefully we're getting there, getting to the other side-ish.
Our curve of it.
Kind of feels like it. Have you guys been vaxxed yet? You've been poked?
No, we were talking about that. Like, I know of some people who have, like, through like medical loopholes,
Yeah.
and
Same.
I think I actually qualify for one that I could get it, but I feel like it's not a real threat. So
I don't know. Why not?
I say that now. Tomorrow, I might wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
But
What about your dad?
he's got it. He's gotten both of them.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Killer.
Yeah, he's totally surfs up.
Oh wow.
couple more super chats here.
Some super chats. Well, we missed. Honestly, never considered. You might top that one episode where. Never mind. I don't know what that refers to.
Maybe the trunk butt discussion.
The what butt?
The pink sock.
Ew.
That seems to be every other episode.
Come on.
But there was one episode where I think we discussed it for like an hour.
The
So,
pink sock that comes out of your butt
Yeah.
Yep, that's
when
the
you
one.
when you work it too hard or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you've heard of the pink sock, Claire?
Oh yeah, I don't know why. Well, I've heard of the pink sock from the front butt. I guess the front sock
Wait, what?
where your front sock can come out if you're a woman, if you're of the vaginal sort.
Oh, a woman's front can come out?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What's that called?
Prolapsed vagina. Maybe?
Okay. I mean, that sounds about right.
Can we get a super chat? Quick check on that.
Let's get a super
For
chat.
$20.
John Bailey asked, "Is Ing Dave still alive?" I believe so.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Should probably call him.
Maybe
prolapse-
Niels knows. I got Niels on the phone. You want to ask him?
Yes, I think if anyone can settle this, it's Niels.
Niels, you there?
Yeah, Ing Dave is right beside me. He's
Rock and roll.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Neil-
I just have a question for Claire.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
Claire, have you been ever to a farm or anywhere there's like a lot of chickens?
My aunt and uncle had a couple chickens and a goose named Lucy, but no. Never on they were always like urban farm situations, never like a wide open space, let them eat the bugs kind of thing.
So like Lucy the goose and you became friends like when you were young, or?
Yeah. Yeah, we became really good friends. We wrote a screenplay together. It didn't work out. No, Lucy the goose would try to bite me all the time. I didn't have a good relationship with any farm animals I ever came into contact with.
Oh, geese are aggressive.
Yeah.
There can be.
No one's fucking geese. I can tell you that.
Sure.
It seems like they'd be harder to negotiate.
They're just not sexy.
And yeah, they're not.
Oh, I
sexy.
disagree.
They don't put
I don't
out.
know. Yeah, I'm with Dave on this one.
Plenty sexy. Man, oh man.
Well, I guess I've got my question out of the way.
Okay, cool.
Niels, what's going on up there in Merrickville, Canada, Ontario?
Oh, everything and nothing. Just on that shouldering of like spring is near, but the brutal storms are moving through, and hot during the day, cold at nights. So the shed is a little bit of the garage, I should say, whatever, is a little bit of a little pinch point right now. And I got a tooth extracted today.
Wow.
Oh, you really buried the lead.
Which one?
Somewhere back in the middle, like something not really important, but
Good.
like you know when you're in the middle of it and it's so arduous, so like angerifying. I don't know if that's a word, but you actually start feeling sorry for the dentist because he's working harder than he thought it would have been. But,
Did you get any of the gas?
Pardon me?
Did you take any of the gas, or did you do it kind of straight?
They had like 2 levels of freezing. But it was just annoying. Like at one point, like both like the dentist and the assistant were almost pretty much on top of me, and I was upside down at this point, and like whatever. It was exhausting.
How long were you in the chair?
Pardon me?
How long were you there?
I think it was probably like well over an hour. Like there was just a lot of grinding, and the worst part is you can't swallow like during the whole thing. And anyways, everyone I've spoken to since I talked to this, I'm talking about this too because I want my feelings to be massaged and
sure.
the massive invasion of my mouth to be.
Did you get any drugs out of it?
No, they just prescribed the regular, and I was like, well, I'm already on that cycle of Advil, Tylenol, just because of my chosen lifestyle. But no, the worst thing is like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that after, like, blah, blah, blah.
No drinking, no eating.
Pardon me?
No drinking, no eating. You get stitches. It's a mess. I just had a tooth pulled last week.
Which is funny. It feels like I have a spider's legs, like, dangling from the roof of my mouth right now.
Yeah.
But I was trying to explain to them, it's Monday night. I have tomorrow off, like, freaking Dave's little good time hour, like beer, cigarettes, all that. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, God. So then I sat the dentist into the dentist chair and started telling him about, like, what's going on Monday nights. But overall, I just... No, but I'm really enjoying the show. Like, the bestiality aspect is really good. I don't know
I think
why.
we lost a few people.
Also, the tooth whitening. So it all ties in,
It does. It
Anyway,
really
Claire,
does.
I have listened to you before, and you have, like, the voice of a maple tree dripping syrup in springtime.
Like this? Blip, blip, blip.
Yeah. Anyways, I love hearing you guys, and I actually love everybody in the Dave Hill universe. So keep it up. I'm going to have a little drink here, and we'll carry forth, eh?
Yeah. The feeling's mutual, Niels. We'll see you soon, I hope.
You sound like you have all of your teeth. So it's like, keep on rocking and rolling.
Yeah, you can't lose.
Can't lose. Okay,
well,
bye.
now I have a place to put a cigar. That's
A little nook.
You guys have a good night, and I'm going to go for a pee.
All right. Thank you, Niels.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Niels.
Later, man.
Someone in the chat asked if he had a pink sock. And I thought I shouldn't ask him that. Wait till he hangs up.
Well, could a guy get a frontal pink sock?
That's what I thought, Claire, you were referring to. I thought.
Oh, you're always just thinking about your own, your own parts.
Well, I thought it was like I felt like you meant like the urethra could like fall out or something.
Get infected and flare out.
I'm sure something crazy can happen. It's still, whenever I watch that show, Sex Sent Me to the ER, which if you haven't seen it,
yeah, I used to watch it.
You gotta watch the show. Good stuff. A lot of broken penises, and I didn't realize you could break your penis.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
I think Dennis Rodman broke his penis 3 times.
A couple times.
3 times?
Yeah.
I think it does. Like it can cause lasting damage.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like
screw it up.
What happens is people are like pumping away, and then they miss whatever hole they're after, and it breaks. And then, I heard a story once, and I'm assuming, Claire, tell me if they discussed this on the program. Sex Sent Me to the ER. But I have a friend who told me a story about a guy she was intercoursing with who tried so hard not to finish that he reverse ejaculated, baculated, basically. It went the other direction.
He hiccuped.
He was trying so hard not to
Whoa.
ejaculate that it went in the other direction and like shredded his junk, his inner junk.
What?
And he had to go to the hospital, and it was a whole situation.
Oh my god.
Huh.
I don't know how you hold that back. I'm just gonna say it.
I don't know how he did it, but I heard the story from my friend, and I heard the story from the perspective of her friend who then took the guy to the hospital.
Oh my god.
Because apparently he was so upset at my friend because he initially assumed that that she had given him something. Because he was thought he blamed her for it, basically. And then as a result, a third party got involved
and brought him to the hospital. Wow. So it's just like, does it become like a toxic, like almost like a toxic shock? What happens?
I guess. I mean, apparently it was just like a really bad scene where they had to call the guy's parents and send him home.
Whoa.
Like they were in a vacation destination. And they had to be like
retrograde ejaculation.
Oh, okay, there you have
it. Doesn't sound good.
We really ticked a lot of boxes on this episode.
Learned a lot.
You get backgrounded into the bladder is what happens there.
Oh my god.
That's what that is.
Sucks.
Oh boy.
Unfortunate.
Always shoot your shot.
Yeah.
I was hoping there'd be a term on Urban Dictionary for retrograde ejaculation, but there is not one yet.
Night's not over. Oh my gosh. We only have a few minutes left. Are there any super chat actions we missed?
I mean, I guess if people keep, paying for super chats, we can keep going.
I know. I love this super chat. Jessica Kybell says, Clara, I wish I could say it. I wish I could say it not always like this, but I cannot tell. What does this mean? It's basically she loves you. Please come back.
Oh, cool.
It's not all pink sock talk all the time.
oh, that's her point. Well,
okay.
I think Claire is well aware that that things can be just very sophisticated sometimes, and sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we just you and I talk about coasters, different kinds of coasters you can put on wood tables.
Yeah, we cover all matter.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this, the third or fourth iteration of this particular show, Dave?
I think this is the third. We keep changing the name and combining and stuff. Just to confuse. I just worry like any sort of consistency might lead to
what are you running away from?
Success. Just don't want to be pinned down.
I understand.
Thank you for joining us, Clare O'Kane.
Thanks for having me.
Please come back if you're willing.
I'd love to.
This is great. I meant to ask, what beverage are you drinking? Have you been drinking this whole time?
Well, I got this really cool cup recently from a store, but I put gin and then a lime wedge and then some sort of like raspberry seltzer from Spindrift.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
It's really good.
I don't know if it's like ASMR. Whenever you kind of clink the ice cubes near the mic, yeah,
You bet.
It sounds so.
You
satisfying.
experience
That's cool.
you experience retrograde ejaculation. Oh, and did you get a new tattoo of popcorn on your arm?
One bucket.
Yeah, I got a dad one. Now.
Oh, wow.
And then a mom one.
Oh, those are
Wow.
nice. I've
Yeah.
not seen those. When did you get those?
I've had this for a while.
I think
and
I've
then
seen that.
I got this a couple months ago. A tattoo shop opened across the street from me, so I figured,
Might as well wander in.
why not? I know you're bare skinned, right, Dave?
I'm bare
You're all
skinned, but
pink.
I'm all pink.
Mm-hmm.
Straight on up to the stink. That I know of.
Mm-hmm.
That could change. You never know.
Never know.
Maybe post Pandy Dave could be just tats.
Are you getting paid to make pandy a thing? That's the third time you said pandy.
I'm trying to get it. I'm my thing that I think I can bring to these times is I believe I've coined pre-pandy and post-pandy.
Okay.
It is the first time I've heard it.
So because I feel like it's more fun that way, it'll take away some of the trauma that we will undoubtedly experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a dog. Your sweet doggy.
You see my dog? That's
Oh,
Penny.
hello.
Say hi,
Oh.
Penny. Hi.
Hey, sweet doggy. All right, we should sign off. Thanks everybody who tuned in live, and thanks for everyone listening in the futuristic podcast format. If you would like to support this incredible program, go to MaximumFun.org/join. Claire, where can everyone find you? You're on the grams.
I'm on Instagram at Clare is O'Kane. You
Yeah.
figure out how to spell it. And my website is clareokane.com
Nice.
for all your Clare O'Kane needs.
Excellent. Sorted. Thank you, everyone. Chris, ride us off into the sunset.
We got one last super chat here. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Elvira Canaveral, I do jazz hands as a shortcut to point to everything.
I like
You know
that.
what? We're going to have to pick that up next week. I'm not even sure what that means. But thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.